Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Daytona Office Hours after a few weeks pause. So we decided to kind of restructure the call and basically just provide a monthly update of what Daytona has been going on, and so what's new and what we have coming up in the next month. So the updates will mostly be around our monthly update and our monthly newsletter that goes out. And we'll just kind of go over them here, maybe do a few demos, and then close things off with questions as always. So to start, if you go to the updates tab on our blog, you'll notice the new blog that basically covers everything that was released in January. And of those changes, just move this. Of those changes, the most significant, I guess, in my opinion, is the release of two new SDKs, and that's one in Ruby and one in Go. So now Daytona, apart from being available via API, Python, and TypeScript, it's now also available via dedicated Ruby and Go SDKs. If you go to our documentation, you'll notice that all the example snippets now also contain an example for Ruby as well, and we're also working on covering docs for Go as well, even though Go is available right now. And in the references page, you'll also see the Go and Ruby SDK. And while on the topic of docs, last month we also did a big restructuring of docs, courtesy of our new docs owner, Juraj. And basically, it's now much more clear as to which section defines which. For example, agent tools, human tools, system tools, etc. And we kind of restructured the references tab, and now you can see the references for all the SDKs. For example, the Go SDK references are all the methods and examples available for every single SDK method. And also we did a big revamp in the API reference as well. Now you'll see a much more convenient API reference with examples on how to run each API call. For example, how to create a user via a post request, via curl, or I don't know, via Ruby as well. This should make using our API much more streamlined. And also in the other tab, apart from the Daytona API, there's also the Daytona Toolbox API and how to actually consume it. This Toolbox API is essentially how you access the toolbox of a sandbox, and you'll also see examples in any code language to, I don't know, for example, get computer use display info as well. So a lot of quality of life improvements around the docs, and many more coming now with our new colleague going strong with revamping our docs. So apart from the SDKs in this update, we also, the next update was the API reference and schema updates. And also one more thing I forgot to mention. If you want to get the full API reference, you can download the API documents right here and basically then import it, or you can even generate your own samples and code snippets from that. Then the next revamp as well is in regards to guides. So we created a whole dedicated page just for guides, and this is the work of our developer experience engineers and AI engineers. Basically, we cover guides on how to integrate Daytona into a lot of popular AI tools. For example, Claude, OpenClaw, Mastra, OpenCode, LangChain, etc. And here you'll see, for example, in Codex, you'll get a full write-up on how to configure Daytona to work with Codex, and also how to set up the entire project and how to run the examples. And all these guides are, of course, available in our repository. So if I go right here, you'll see that we have it in the guides folder. You'll see all the guides in Python and TypeScript. And of course, we plan on writing examples for Ruby and Go now that we have those SDKs released. You'll be able to follow the entire guide and basically just run Daytona with any of these services once you're done with the guide. Then next we have customer managed compute. This is a big feature that we've been working on for quite a while, and it's a feature requested by a lot of our enterprise customers. So basically, the feature now allows organizations to define their own private regions. And this region is then available only to that organization. So for example, in this example here, you see how to configure your Daytona client to use your private region. And in the update, you'll also note that this feature is currently invite only because it's still experimental. So if you need access to this, feel free to reach out. And we can enable it for you. So what this enables is, for example, customer managed compute in your own private networks. So you are in charge of the resource consumption and also of the networking, but Daytona provides the compute plane. So Daytona takes care of all the sandbox management, sandbox lifecycle stuff, but it's your compute in your own private network. And we plan on rolling this out to all users at some point, but currently it's still experimental. And as I said, if you need access, just ping us on any channel that you can find us at. Next, quality of life improvement for the dashboard. We added a command palette to the dashboard that is very convenient for sandbox management, for just navigating around and for searching docs even. So for example, I have a couple of sandboxes here. If I press Command K, I can select all sandboxes, and then I can, for example, stop all of them. Or, for example, if one sandbox is started and 4 are stopped, I can select them all and then separately do the actions that are appropriate to each sandbox, or I can even delete all of them from one single point in the dashboard. So this is really convenient for anyone that likes to navigate with just their keyboard. And also one more thing, if you can even search docs from here. So for example, if I want to search, I don't know, sandboxes, this will actually search our documentation and you will get results here immediately. And if I go to this web page, you'll automatically be transported to our docs, but apparently we need to fix this as well. Maybe the index is not. Let's try snapshot. So a note to our docs owner in the call. Let's update the search for this as well. Yeah, you can see that the snapshots work now. But yeah, you can see still work to be done here. But we'll fix this immediately after the call. Next, we have advanced CLI control. So with this update, we enabled 2 new CLI features. One is Daytona SSH and one is Daytona exits. So basically, this allows you to, through the CLI, immediately jump in an SSH session in your sandbox and also to just execute a single command. You can see right here that, for example, we create a sandbox, we immediately SSH into it, or we can even exec a command directly from the CLI. And this also, in the backend, uses our APIs to just access the sandbox. And lastly, we also added a preview URL command, so you can on the fly generate the preview URL command, the preview URL, and just get it here from the CLI. This feature was only available in the SDK before, and now we have it all in the CLI as well. That's all from the product update side. But if you notice below on the end of the post, you'll also see a button to visit the compute website. So Daytona has a conference coming up in San Francisco on March 8th. And we have a page dedicated to the conference itself. If you want to buy tickets or become a sponsor, feel free to reach out. You can do so via the website, or you can just reach out to us on on Slack, Twitter, or LinkedIn, wherever, and we can chat about hosting you at our conference. I think that's it from the big updates from January. What we have coming up in February. Let's go back to the repo. Let's go back to the repo. So if we take a look at some of the open PRs that we have coming up, we have a couple related to the runner, some fixes to the SDK. Let me zoom in a bit. Just a fix for the dashboard to clean up some feature flag, because we were testing the command palette behind a feature flag. A big one that's also related to the dashboard that should improve experience in the dashboard as well is called the playground. This will basically enable you to, using the UI, create snippets of various Daytona SDKs, and then run them also from the browser itself. You will be able to tweak parameters, for example, CPU RAM, or execute commands, all via the UI, and then get snippets that you can use in your own projects. And this hopefully will launch this week as well. We have a few updates regarding the docs here as well, and also a feature coming up that's still behind the feature flag is resizing. So we plan on enabling resizing to all users very soon, and this will enable users to dynamically resize their sandboxes on the fly. So for example, you'll be able to create a sandbox with 1 CPU and 1 gig of RAM, and then later resize it to, I don't know, 2 CPU and 4 gigs of RAM, all through the SDK. And not to go too deep into it, actually, I noticed one more here. So our colleague James also is contributing a open code plugin for Daytona. The plugin is currently live, but this PR will just integrate it into our repository. So we will provide an official Daytona open code plugin that allows open code to actually run any code inside a Daytona sandbox automatically, which is pretty cool. So keep your eye out for that when that drops officially from our repo, which should be pretty soon. I think that's it from one of the bigger updates we have coming up. We still have some stuff behind the scenes that we're working on, but that's for another update, not for this office hours. So if anyone has any questions, as always, feel free to grab my attention. If not, we're here on Slack, Twitter, and LinkedIn as always. And thank you very much, and see you all next month.